Hey Optimist, in the previous video, we took a look at functions in JavaScript. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at arrow functions in JavaScript. If you don't know what are functions in JavaScript, I highly suggest you watch the previous video before watching this video. Alright, let's get into the video. Arrow functions was introduced in ES6. Arrow functions was a simplified way of writing functions, but they might be quite tough to wrap your head around in the beginning. So here we have code from the previous function where we already understood what functions are. So this will help us easily understand what an arrow function is. First, we have function without arguments. So the name of the function is print over here, and all it does is console.logs the optimist. So let's write this in ES6. Alright, to write a ES6 function, you need to declare a variable first. It can be either let, const, or var. Alright, let's declare our first ES6 function. Let's just say const print ES6 equals to, we need to put a parenthesis over here, and then we need to put this equal to and greater than symbol, which represent an arrow, and I believe that's why they are called as arrow functions. And then we need to put our curly brackets, and we need to write the code that goes over here. Let's just say console.log the optimist, and let's call the function. Let's just say print es6, and let's call it, and you see we get the optimist. Don't mind these trees, these are from the previous video. Let's just comment them out for now, and we get a clear output. Alright, this might be tough, so let's break it out. First, here we have a function name, and then a parenthesis, and then an arrow, and then inside the curly brackets we add our code. Right, if you don't get it, hang in there. As we go on practice a lot of arrow functions, you will get it. It was tough for me in the beginning to wrap my head around arrow functions. Alright, now let's go into function with arguments. Alright, let's declare our ES6 function const add num ES6 equals parenthesis. Now inside our parenthesis here, we need to write our parameters, that are the values that are passed into the function. Let's just say num1 and num2, and let's skip the arrow symbol, and inside curly brackets let's just say console.log num1 plus num2, and we need to call the function. Let's just say add num es6 and pass in two variables 1, 2, and we get 3. Let's also break this down for clarity. We have a function name here, and we declare it using const, and then we pass in our parameters over here, and then we use the arrow symbol, and then inside our curly brackets we add our code, and then call the function as we do for a regular function. Alright, let's move on to function with arguments and return statement. Let's declare our function const add es6 equals to parenthesis num1 num2. Let's write our arrow function inside curly brackets. Let's just say return num1 plus num2, and let's call our function add es6 and 2, 3, and we get 5. Alright, that's not it for today because we have something else to see. Well, I guess you guys don't skip the video when I say alright. So coming back to the topic, if you remember in the beginning, I said arrow functions is a simplified way of writing functions. So this is not a most simplified way of writing an arrow function. If you are writing one line code, JavaScript says you don't need to add the return statement. You can also remove the parenthesis. And there you go. That is a function written in a single line. We can do this for all the previous arrow functions. Let's remove the parenthesis over here and over here, and let's remove the gap over here. Alright, this is just the space. Let's adjust the space. We can also do this for the print function. Let's remove curly brackets over here and curly brackets over here. Let's take it to the first line. And you see, that's simple there. We just wrote 3 functions in 3 lines. And I think that's great. But that also reduces the readability of the code. For example, when someone sees this line of code, it won't be clear to them that it is a function. So I guess it's just a matter between readable code and clean code. Alright, that's it about arrow functions. We just have one more topic to cover, the spread operators, which we'll be covering in the next video. And with that, you'll be completing the JavaScript basics playlist, and you can move on to building basic JavaScript projects. And congratulations on coming this far, because no one would wish to sit through a theory class while people can be doing projects. But I believe learning some theory before building projects would make you an efficient programmer. So I hope you become a great programmer in the future, and good luck.